Welcome back everybody to another video of Graphic Designers React. Today we are going to be reacting to car brands. You want to get started there, Matt?
Yeah, let's get started. All right, everybody. So the brand I chose today is called Jeep. Have you heard of it?
Well, never heard of it.
It's a Jeep. Well, Jeep has been around since 1940.
Holy
Pretty dang old. It's probably as old as the Quaker Oats. One reason why I chose Jeep is because it felt like a really strong brand, something that has some very strong branding to it. And it was also very interesting just to see how that changed from 1940 to now. The brand was basically built for the U.S. government to be a vehicle in the Army, and boy did they do some testing. You guys take a look at the image here. You can see them jump in that class.
Yeah, they are not on the ground there.
What I love about this is it kind of shows or gives you like foreshadowing for, you know, how the brand kind of evolves through the years. Very adventurous, you know.
For sure.
Outdoorsy.
That just reminds me of the show MASH.
Oh.
You know, getting MASH vibes from that.
All right, so in 1945, they took this Jeep and decided to make it a consumer brand and started selling it to your everyday person so that your everyday person could go out and jump their very own Jeep.
Oh.
All right.
Dang, look at that logo.
Yeah, super rad. The original logo is actually a brand called Willys, who was a part of who helped build the first Jeep. So this is kind of where like the Jeep brand started. This logo to me is just super cool. It kind of has like almost that like military look, classic look to it as well.
That W looks a little bit like maybe some other car logo.
Yeah, it does kind of look like the Volkswagen.
Volkswagen,
Where did you get your ideas from?
Look at that! Oh, look at that Jeep logo. All right, this is the first actual Jeep logo. They actually coined the name Jeep because the military guys, the Jeep was built as a general purpose vehicle, and it was shortened to GP vehicle, and the Army men basically just shortened that from GP to Jeep. But I really like the original logo. It's got a very good vintage look to it, and that J is very unique. All right, so another thing that's very classic to Jeep is the front of their vehicles and actually the grille.
My grandpa's got a lot to say about Jeep vehicles. He says they're not a real Jeep unless they have the round headlights and the 8 bars going across the front. If they don't have those, they're not a real Jeep.
Didn't we get a customer that wanted to do that and we couldn't do it or something?
Yeah, they actually have like licensing over the look of their grille. But yeah, it's kind of cool how they like could take that, just the front of the car, and almost turn it into like a logo and something that they're still using. So in 1993, they released the current Jeep logo. In that year, they also released the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought the way that they marketed this was very like good for their brand, something kind of adventurous. Basically what happens is they drive the Grand Cherokee up these steps and through some glass.
But that's cool though. You definitely wouldn't forget that.
Just feel like in the 90s the brand kind of changed and started kind of creating vehicles for everybody and like SUVs that can go off-road.
Everybody and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of marketing more of their everyday vehicles a little bit better. What I thought was really cool about their marketing is they really showed these vehicles out there. They kind of use like these serif like typefaces that looked like almost like a calendar, you know.
They had so much information in these ads, you know, and I feel like nobody would read that now. You know, nobody would read that.
All right, guys, this is where I get a little bit sad about Jeep. So some of this stuff is from 2021. I just feel like it lost some of that real like adventurous Jeep touch from like, you know, from the 40s to the 90s up to like 2020s. I feel like something shifted.
COVID.
Yeah, everybody COVID. But a lot of their current branding and stuff is definitely a lot more modern and it's almost a little bit more surrealistic instead of like realistic, you know, kind of like exaggerated.
Dang, yeah, it's like also what are the personalities we have in these photos?
I know, it looks more like a clothing brand.
I know, right?
That star's cool.
These are some of their secondary logos. So yeah, like the grill logo and then the star logo.
Captain America logo.
Yeah. They also like market with ducks. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you guys in the comments know why they have ducks to the Jeep brand,
Yeah.
let us know. This was on their website right now. You can go on today and see this on their website.
At least it's actually got a Jeep.
It does have Jeep in it. But I thought it was interesting that it kind of has like, yeah, you're right. It's got like the Jeep in its like landscape.
Yeah, but what?
But if you look at the waves,
Yeah, they're like illustrated.
they're illustrated.
Oh, what the? Yeah, are those mountains or waves? What the heck? That's the weirdest graphic I've ever seen.
Yeah, that one might be AI generated.
Yeah, it looks like it. Or maybe the whole background.
Yeah, the whole
built, and
landscape, and then they
Photoshop.
drop that Jeep there.
Right. I like this though.
That's
This
a
was
Jeep.
just an Instagram video I found on their Jeep from recently, and again, it's kind of like this weird computer generated like thing. And what I thought was interesting is it goes from like an old Jeep to a new Jeep. It just doesn't have that classic Jeep feel.
I wanted to get your thoughts on Jaguar. I know that we're kind of late to the game here, but they rebranded back in November. A lot of hate. But at this point, I don't know if companies are doing this on purpose now, or if they're, you know, because bad publicity is just publicity, you know, so getting people to react to a bad logo or bad branding, it's just gonna get clicks and get people talking about it. Yeah, they started back in 1922 doing like side-by cars. They were like smaller cars. I think every car back then was small. But so yeah, they didn't even start with a Jaguar, which is interesting. They were called Swallow Sidecar.
Interesting.
Swallow. So yeah, the 1950s, it went to a text, and then and then they added a Jaguar, and then that's kind of what we all know it to be now. But yeah, they did a rebrand, and it's getting a lot of backlash. We saw it from Alan when we saw Alan Peters. Go follow him, he's freaking awesome. Let me show you what they've rebranded to. So that's their old logo, and on the right is the new one. And what does it remind you guys of?
Like a health drink or something.
Reminds me of there's a birth sign. It's like a 6 and a 9.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm seeing a 9 and a 6.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
6. I get Gucci vibes from it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
There are so many logos. You can honestly type in to like Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, and just type in, give me a JJ logo. And I feel like that's what would come up. Yeah, nothing iconic about it. You could find so many logos that look just like that.
Keep trying to see stuff like in the negative space, and I'm not seeing nothing.
And it's just like the Jaguar, so sweet.
I know.
too.
Why would you get rid of that?
They did a full rebrand, even marketing wise. Their whole target audience is different. Yeah, you guys need to watch this commercial.
Whoa.
Dig.
What
Look at those pants.
Live vivid.
The vivid. We could make a commercial.
Like Andy Warhol.
Yeah, we got some Andy Warhol stuff. No, I'm getting definite like Hunger Games, Capital City vibes
yeah.
from it.
You're right. Like the commentator guy.
It's hilarious.
Just with his weird hair. Yeah. What's her name? Trinket F.
The dress lady?
Yeah. Yeah, her.
What's her name?
Yeah. Whatever you said.
Ivy Trinket.
That
Ivy
lady.
Trinket, yeah. The thing is, as much as we don't like the branding, we're not the target audience. So maybe it did work and it's hitting an audience and they're all like, wow, Jaguar is super cool, you know? Because I have a few friends, they don't dress like that in public, but they like to dress like that. Maybe they're going after him or not. I was searching their website and I was looking at their cars. These are some of the mock-ups they had.
Like that image, you almost can't even see the car. It's so dark,
very dark.
monotone.
Say that.
Yeah, it's so dark. And every car looks the same. And I mean, Tesla, like nobody can tell the difference between an S and
Yeah, the X and the Y models.
I feel like they just were like, oh, Gucci's doing it, let's do it too. That's just an audience that we're just not familiar with, and maybe people are about it. I'm sure everybody at Gucci's like, ooh, Jaguar is pretty cool, you know? I think it just, people don't like it because they're rebranding and they're going after a completely different audience. And that's why it got so much flack, because all the people that liked Jaguar don't like it anymore.
But I almost wonder if they should have changed the name too, like Snowcat or something.
Like from The Shining.
Anyway, but yeah, that's Jaguar for you. I think we put the nail on that coffin and we will bury him.
I chose Toyota. I drive a Toyota.
What's your Toyota's name?
Her name is Babs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I chose Toyota as my brand. Pretty iconic, I would say. You know, wanted to get your guys' opinions and whatnot on the Toyota brand. But yeah, way back in the 1900s, Toyota was actually a loom company. Don't ask me what that means, because I don't know.
Do you say loom?
Loom.
I feel like that has something to do with like making clothes, like a clothing
Like
loom.
something with sewing. That's how they started. And it was Toyota with a D. That was their original logo way back in the day. It wasn't until the 30s till the guy that owned this, his son, decided to go into automotives. And they had like a competition basically to decide. They submit logos to decide what the new logo would be. If you've ever seen like a 1930s Land Cruiser, that's probably on it. And it reads Tech. You're probably reading Tech. People know it as the Toyota Tech logo, but it's actually like a Japanese language. And each of those symbols is a different part of Toyota. And actually, that's where the Toyota with the T comes from, because you see there, that's 8 strokes to write that out, right?
Okay.
8 strokes.
And to be Toyota with a D, it's 10 strokes because it has 2 like apostrophes. Or,
Okay.
yeah, and I guess 8 is just a lucky number in Japan. So it went from Toyota to Toyota.
Can't you spell like,
Yeah,
you can take every letter,
the T and the O, and get it out of that.
but
Yeah, I see it.
It's like, looks like it's lifted, it's metal, it's got the gradient reflection on it, right? That is actually a custom typeface. It's called Toyota Type.
oh, okay. It's funny. We don't see a lot of logos like that anymore, where there's reflection.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It seems like for a while there, like all car logos looked like that, though,
Mazda.
Yeah, Mazda,
The Jaguar.
Ford.
Jaguar.
Even like the
I even-
outer edge of the Ford.
Yeah, I think even Chevy had the...
Now it's all like clip,
Yeah, in 2020, they changed it so it's flat.
very, very flat. Everything's very flat now.
That's what it is currently. I did a lot of research on their branding. They don't like it if you use it without the box around it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Why?
I don't know. They don't want it to like disappear into whatever it's against.
So like the box is part of their logo.
Yeah, basically that's part of their logo. This is their new, I think 2023, as of 2023 they're doing this. It's like their zero emissions. It's like another branch, basically, almost. There's not the Toyota red. Even the typography is different.
It's interesting too. There's a gradient in there. You don't see that much anymore. Well, or maybe it's coming back.
I want to say it's coming. I don't want to say it's coming back,
It
but
might be coming back.
I think it looks horrible. Gradients are just the worst, because then printing them is just
pretty. You can't do embroidery.
Yeah, you can't do embroidery with gradients. And yeah, gradients are just so fuzzy.
Let us know what you think of gradient.
Do you like gradients? Because we don't. That's kind of it, though. That's Toyota. Exciting, I know.
No, Toyota's super consistent with what they do.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like it.
personally,
Yeah,
I like
a
my Toyota. So,
What was it, birthday again?
why would her name be Bertha? That's so dumb. Her name is Babs. Sorry to anybody named Bertha.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our videos. It helps a lot. If you guys have anything else you want us to react to, or any branding, marketing, logos, anything you guys have that we want to have us react to, let us know. We'd love to hear it.